Good morning, everybody, and welcome to week 11. Aside from oral bio and dental disease today is going to be a major study day for the big second neuroanatomy exam, which is tomorrow at 4 p.m. I spent all weekend studying super hard for it, more so learning the material, and now I can spend today and tomorrow until 4 studying what I've learned. And I think we're gonna be okay because I did put in a lot of work this weekend, but honestly, you never know. Mondays, am I right? All right, I just got back from dental disease lab. We talked about karyology in lecture today, but lab, we actually did sealants, which was kind of cool. Mine were not very good. Apparently I used too much, but they barely explained what to do, and now I know less is more. That's the trick with sealants, apparently. Gotta get it in the grooves, get it right in there, right, nice and good. Anyway, rest of the day is gonna be spent studying for the neuro test tomorrow. I'm kind of nervous, very nervous, but also have the means to prepare well, so we'll see what happens. I've got this feeling today's the day. Neurocranial anatomy exam 2. What's up, folks? Once again, happy Tuesday. I had class this morning, just foundations in histology. Neuro was a review, but I didn't go because I figured I know what I don't know and know what I need to be reviewing on my own. And now we have our time until 4 p.m. when the test is to just basically do our last minute studying, which is exactly what I'm doing. I am running through all of the pathways we need to know from memory. It's kind of hard, and there's definitely a few blind spots, but I think I'm gonna be okay. Okay, of course, being a relative term. Wish me luck, folks. See you after the test. Well, I stayed the entire 2 hours, but I'm finally done with the second neurocranial anatomy exam, and honestly, it went better than I could have even hoped. There were only 5 questions that I was unsure about out of 50. Only one of those that I had no idea on, which is great. Excited to see what I got, but honestly, at this point, I'm just looking forward to enjoying my night. I don't even really remember my life before studying for this test, so it's gonna be fun. Yeah, but I feel good, and I'll let you know what I get when I find out, which hopefully will be soon. Morning, everybody. It's Wednesday, day 49. Today was barely a school day. I had one class in the morning, foundations, did a simple radiology lecture. Didn't have neuro. Our professor canceled because he has laryngitis, and so that was nice. Came back here and then had to go back for histology lab at 11. Got out of there in like half an hour, and yeah, that's my day. I technically have a virtual rotation for radiology this week, but all you have to do is take a quiz, so I'll just get that done. That's it. Real radiology is next week, and yeah, that's pretty much the rest of my week, which is nice. I gotta start studying for next week's quizzes and tests. Unfortunately, the premolar identification exam in dental anatomy was pushed back a week, so next Thursday is going to be awful, but paying our dues. Well, folks, I'm almost embarrassed to say it, but I got 102% on this neuro test. My redemption arc is complete. See you tomorrow. It's day 50 of dental school. I really wanted to do something cool today for the 50th day of classes, but I couldn't think of anything, so this is it. It was a good day though, because in dental anatomy, I got my premolar checked off, and I started it from scratch today, and this was also the least help I've ever gotten from one of the doctors walking around. Did, I would say, about 95+% of it all by myself, so pretty awesome. And then we had a histology lecture and a case study, kind of boring, and then microbiology group quiz, and now I'm done. I've got perio tomorrow in the afternoon, so kind of left my own devices for the rest of the day. I think I'm going to watch some micro lectures that I'm behind on, and maybe start studying for some of next week's tests. And other than that, not much. Happy Friday, everybody. Just got out of perio. I had PM today with the first alphabetical half of the class, and actually this was maybe the most fun perio we've ever had. We were using some different scalers and curettes this time for posterior teeth. Apparently these are instruments we're going to be using all the time up in clinic, well, some of them at least. And yeah, it was pretty cool. I actually felt a lot better about it than I did about the anterior scalars and curettes, which is good considering I failed that competency exam. So yeah, we'll see how next week's tests go in that. But yeah, weekend time, feeling good. This weekend's gonna be a lot more fun than last weekend because I don't have a horrific neuro exam to study for. But hey, studying paid off. See you next week. So here we are working with the McCall, or I don't know what the hell this is called. This is a curette of some kind. See, I know exactly how you feel now because I'm failing. It's okay. Oh my god. Oh my god. Stop. Wait. No, just okay. It's okay. I'm gonna get it. Okay, just entering very, yeah.
There you go.
Sorry.
Vulgar language.
Don't worry, it'll be muted. See, why doesn't it? This is totally great. All it needs to look like is like I'm doing dentistry, so it doesn't matter. All right, thanks. Good morning, everyone. It's week 12, and this week is shaping up to be no better than the last 2 weeks, which is a shame, but Thanksgiving break is clearly in sight, which does definitely help. I've got a foundations exam this week. I've got a premolar ID exam. I've got a project to do in dental anatomy. I've got a quiz today and a quiz on Thursday. And I got 2 perio tests on Friday. And frankly, I'm not ready for any of them yet, but we got time. It's gonna be a fun one. Stick around. All right, after a fun morning in oral bio where we talked about tooth movement histology and the periodontal ligament, we had another lecture in dental disease, which basically just had to do with photography, taking pictures of people's teeth. It's something we'll be doing, so because it's relevant. And now we're just waiting for dental disease lab so we can take our quiz, and then we're getting a central sterilization training. I don't really know what that has to do with us because we're not the ones sterilizing our instruments, but I don't know, gotta show up. And then the rest of the day is gonna be spent studying for the rest of this week's tests and quizzes. Good morning, everyone. It's Tuesday, the only day that can compete in pain with Monday. Except this week where every day is bad because Monday, Tuesday are just normally bad, and Wednesday, Thursday, Friday each has at least one test. I'm complaining. It's been 3 bad weeks in a row. It's fine. Today's not too bad though. We got foundations, which is the class we have our test in tomorrow, so hopefully it won't just be a straight lecture, but honestly, no. I don't even know why I would say that. I know it will just be a straight lecture for whatever the next test is. Then we got neuro, which is kind of not exciting, but it's the first class we've had since our test last week. And then we have histology. And actually that's it. So I do just like to complain now. Anyway, see you at the end of the day. All right, so it's been a busy, snowy Tuesday. Still my least favorite day of the week, although this one was not so bad. I had energy and the stuff we did was relatively interesting. Plus, I know this week only gets worse with the tests and everything, so I'm not taking a day like today for granted. In foundations, we had a pretty boring lecture on ethics in research. Pretty basic stuff that you would expect. Then we had another lecture on nutrition, which is kind of cool. I just kind of hate how nutritionists always seem to say like, oh, we don't really know that much about this. And it's like, yeah, they always said fat's really bad for you, or this kind of fat was bad for you, but now they're saying it's not, or I don't know, just kind of feels like fake science. Don't tell the nutritionists, but that's my opinion. Anyway, in neuro, we talked about cranial nerve 7, facial nerve, and then in histo, we talked about the urinary system, and then I had a radiology rotation in person. I got to learn how to take x-rays, actually do it, not just hear how to do it. I worked with a mannequin named Tom. Apparently it's a real skull and real teeth in there, which is super cool, but also a little freaky. And I took a ton of x-rays and I loaded them up into the computer, got to see what they turned out like not good, but it was my first time, and yeah, kind of interesting. I got another radio rotation tomorrow, but it's with a real patient, and I don't know how that's gonna go. Definitely gonna have to review a little bit of stuff for that, but we're chugging right along. Foundations test tomorrow, so the rest of my day is reviewing how to take radiographs and studying for foundations. See you tomorrow. Wednesday, day 54. Wednesday is still the best day of the week. Easy, short. Not this one. No, this one I have a test in 22 minutes on radiology and oral pathology and foundations in oral health. And then I have my radiology rotation after lunch, which I'm kind of nervous about because I'm going to be taking radiographs of a real patient's mouth. And I barely managed to do it on a mannequin yesterday, but this is how we learn. I'm tired and kind of just want this week to be over, but living in the moment. Happy to be here. Happy to be alive. See you after the test. Well, today was quite a day. I would say today was my first real patient experience because I've done assisting where I'm doing suction and that sort of thing, which is a patient experience, but this was where I was the one in charge, and I literally took about 23 different x-rays of one patient's mouth, and it was honestly pretty nerve-wracking. I'm still kind of processing it because like you're putting this, these things in their mouth and trying not to hurt them, and you have to know where it goes and the setting you have to take the x-ray at and all that stuff, and it's a lot to put on somebody who's only been here for 3 months. But it feels really good to have gotten it done. No issues, only had to retake 5 pictures, which is not that bad. And yeah, now I am officially in the Marquette Axiom, which is our dental records software. And I mean, he's not my patient, but I am the one who took his introductory x-rays, so that's kind of cool. That'll be in the system for as long as those are being used. And they actually turned out really good, I think. Obviously can't show them to you because that's patient confidentiality, but they turned out good, take my word for it. And yeah, the test this morning was not too bad. I couldn't spend a ton of time preparing for it, as much as I would have liked to. So I don't think I aced it by any means, but I'm doing fine in foundations. And I knew most of the patho stuff. The radiology was give or take, so I'm sure I did fine. And then neuro lecture on another cranial nerve, histology lab, and then I had my radiology, and now I'm here. The rest of my night, it's 4:15, and probably for the next 5 or 6 hours, I'm just gonna be hitting microbiology hard because there is a lot to know for the test tomorrow. We gotta know a ton of pathogens of the digestive tract, respiratory pathogens. We gotta know what the microbes are like, what they do, how they affect you, the clinical symptoms, treatments, all that stuff. It's a lot. This week is absolutely horrible, but having gotten through radiology today, I feel a lot better because that was honestly scary and went well. There was actually, it was my first time, to be fair, but there was one moment where I was taking the plate out of my patient's mouth and he gagged pretty hard, and he said it was his fault because he was moving his tongue while I was taking it out, but I felt really bad because it was not a nice noise, and I could tell he was pretty uncomfortable. But other than that, it went great. Yeah, so wish me luck on micro tomorrow. Oh god, and my premolar ID exam, and my chapter 8 quiz in dental anatomy, and my histology case study, and my project in dental anatomy. I can't wait for Thanksgiving break. Peace out, folks.
Well, everyone, these last 3 weeks have been pretty horrible, and they're all kind of culminating in these last 2 days of week 12. I am so unbelievably tired on this Thursday morning. I stayed up late studying last night for micro, but the That's not even the first thing I've got today, or the second, or third, or fourth. I'm about to go. It's 7:30. I slept in. I usually wake up an hour before class, but I got dental anatomy at 8. Or I got my Unit 8 quiz on mandibular molars, my premolar ID exam, and my projects due. Luckily, I have 2 of the 3 teeth we need done checked off, but I have not started the third. So I'll probably be working the entire class that we're not taking one of our assessments. And then I have to go to histology because we have a case study. Otherwise, I definitely would have skipped it to either nap or study for micro, which is at 1. And I'm not quite ready for that yet either. I did study a lot last night, but there's a couple things I'm not fully ready for. Yeah. Just dropped my phone. It's one of those days. This Thursday is really going to test me. And then I got photography, which should also be fun. And then the rest of the day is going to be spent studying for my perio tests tomorrow. We're going to make it. But right now it doesn't seem like it, but I know we are. See you at the end of this long, brutal day.
Man, today was so intense I lost the rest of my beard. Heh. Anyway, the premolar ID exam was actually pretty hard. We had 10 questions and there were only 8 premolars, so I had some repeats, which kind of scared me because there were also some that I didn't see at all. So that's not great. But I don't know how I did on that. We'll find out. I'll let you know. And then the Unit 8 quiz on mandibular molars was after that. And while I was going through it, I actually thought it wasn't that bad. I mean, one of the questions was so simple. It was like, what's the name of the third molar? And the answer is wisdom tooth. Like, that's just common knowledge. I don't even know why that was on our quiz, but it was. And then I pressed submit, feeling pretty good, and got slapped in the face with a 6 out of 10. So that wasn't great. Not a great start to my day. But things turned around after that because I finished my premolar waxing project with time to spare. Got this premolar done from nothing in 1 hour. Ooh. It's not perfect, but for 1 hour, I'm definitely improving. And then I had histology. Case study was fine, and then the lecture kind of was bad because it went long. Ate into my lunch, which I wanted to use to study for micro, which was at 1. And that test was really hard, actually. I was not expecting it to be as hard as it was. And honestly, I counted up all the questions I was unsure about, and there were something like 20 out of 50 that I was unsure about, which is obscene. It's never that high, especially when I study. So I was not expecting a great score, but against all odds, I got an 84, so I am very thankful for that. Yeah, that's huge. That also helped my day turn around. After that, I had my photography rotation, which wasn't bad. It was just kind of boring, and I was extremely tired at that point. There was a time where I was sitting in a dental chair, which honestly I forgot how comfortable dental chairs are. And they were taking pictures of my teeth, and I was just gonna fall asleep in that chair, but I didn't. And I took pictures of my partners, and we got out of there in a couple hours. Not too bad. And then immediately after that, I practiced my scaling with the scalers and curettes for my perio mannequin-based competency exam tomorrow. I haven't yet studied for the lecture portion, but I will. And yeah, so I will honestly take the way today went because it could have gone a lot worse, and it was mostly just tiring to get through. One of the hardest days of the semester, if not the hardest so far. But yeah, I'm happy with where I'm at right now. And we're so close to Thanksgiving, which is great. I can practically taste it. And it also helps that I got a few grades back, like my foundations test that I took yesterday. I got a B on that, which is great. And I actually passed my second waxing practical in dental anatomy. I got an 84, and I'm also very happy about that. So yeah, things are not too bad right now. I got 3 more tests and 1 more quiz before I get on break, and 2 of them are tomorrow. I'll see you then. It's been a long week and it ain't over yet. I just took my lecture portion of the 5th perio test. Was not bad at all. Got out in like 25 minutes. Sure, I did fine. Don't think I failed this one like I did the last one. I don't know if I ever told you guys that. Honestly, don't remember. But yeah, that happened. So yeah, and then we have the mannequin part in the afternoon. I'm sure that'll be fine. And then it's the weekend, and then all I got left is the dental disease quiz and histology test. Beautiful, great stuff. We're getting there. We're getting there. See you after the test. Well, we finally made it to the weekend. Let's go. The MBCE was not bad at all. I passed. I know how to scale posterior teeth with curettes and sickle scalers. I feel great about it. The practicing I did yesterday really helped. And yeah, I'm really happy. It's the weekend and just 2 more assessments, a quiz and a test. And then the very last thing I have to do before Thanksgiving break is a craniotomy in neurocranial anatomy lab. And that's all I got left. So things are pretty good. Just 2 more days, 2 more days. Good morning and happy Monday, everybody. Today we have a dental disease quiz and a couple of lectures in oral bio and dental disease. It's gonna be a really easy day. And yeah, just gonna spend the rest of it studying for histology tomorrow, because that's really the last thing I gotta get past before Thanksgiving break. See you later.
Well, it's 11 p.m. and I'm studying for histology. It's that perfect time the day before Thanksgiving break where you have absolutely no motivation to be learning about the urinary system. But I mean, we gotta do what we gotta do, I guess. This is gonna be really helpful when I'm a dentist. Yeah, I'll keep telling myself that. That'll get me through tonight, I'm sure. I'll see you tomorrow. I'll be in a much better mood, I hope. But depending on how this test goes, which honestly, at this point, might not be too great. We'll see.
Well, it's day 58, and let me tell you, there are just some days where you don't want to take a test. And if that's you, that's me right now, maybe dental school isn't for you, because you're taking a test pretty much every day. And there are just those days where you want to sit through classes, kind of zoning out, dreaming about break and all that sort of thing. But no, I gotta take a test, and kind of an important one at that, and one that I don't think I'm gonna do well on, because there's just so much on this histology test. Well, I don't even know. There's pancreas, liver, gallbladder, endocrine system, respiratory system, digestive system. I don't think it's gonna go well, which is really sad because I need to do well in that class because it's like my least favorite class and I'm not doing the best in it. I'm doing fine. Probably got like a B right now, but I don't want to go lower than that, especially because the final is cumulative and I don't know how much I've retained. Probably more than I think, but still. Yeah, if it does, the nice thing about it is I'll know as soon as we take it. So I will let you know later today how it went, but I don't know. I'm just gonna be happy when I'm finally on break. Until then, wish me luck. Well, it's a Thanksgiving miracle. I got an 86 on the histology test. I'm so happy. Perfect way to go into the break. I actually just got back from group assist, my 4th time ever assisting. I did some charting in our Axiom software for some periodontal probing. Pretty easy stuff, got out pretty quick. Actually, probably the fastest I ever got out. The only thing I have left standing between me and break is a craniotomy, which we will be watching our neurocranial anatomy professor perform on a cadaver at 4 p.m. I don't know how that's gonna go. A couple people are worried about passing out. We'll see. I'll let you know how it goes, because I am very interested. So I just got back from the craniotomy. It was very cool, and I think people were overhyping it. It wasn't too gross by any means. We got to see some cool things. Got to take the whole brain out after sawing through the calvaria. I mean, I didn't do that. I just watched our professor do it, but I will be doing that next semester, so that'll be cool. That'll probably be a bit more jarring, I think. But yeah, it's Thanksgiving break now. I feel great. Sorry I've been lacking on the music. School's been hard. I've been lazy, but I've been playing a ton of guitar just for fun. So still doing what I want to be doing. And now I'm just gonna enjoy this break. Hopefully get a nice reset in for the last 3 weeks and finals. Yeah, but until then, peace. Take care of your teeth.